सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Today I will express few words on the truth, taking responsibility. Please understand, when seed is ready to take the responsibility of becoming tree, it grows. It transforms itself. When egg takes the responsibility of becoming a chicken or hen, it grows, expands and transforms itself. It is the decision to take the responsibility is breakthrough point. In any field, whether it is economical, corporate, social, or relationships, or spiritual, when you decide to take responsibility, the breakthrough happens, the opening happens, the possibility opens. The straight method to make all the accidents into possibilities is taking responsibility. When you can't take responsibility, even the air goes inside, can become accident and stop your heart. It won't come out. If you are ready to take the responsibility, even the poison goes inside, can become part of you and make you a new being, immune to the poison. The system which is ready to take the responsibility. Just the other day I was seeing a beautiful documentary by BBC on Ganges. There is a description of a particular village on the banks of Ganges where thousands of poisonous snakes, cobras are just moving around. The belief of the villagers, I saw the documentary and literally I saw, visually it is being shown, hundreds of cobras here, there in the different houses. Kids are sitting and playing and the cobra is moving. And I saw one child standing and doing something. The cobra was moving just on his very feet. And the workers are working on the farm, the farmers, the cobra was just moving on them. Literally, it is not a trained cobra or the cobra without poison or the teeth removed, nothing. No, it is not trained cobra. Wild, village, free snakes. Just people are living with it and they are living with people. And the funny thing, the record says, even I was not able to trust, but BBC says, so surely they have done enough research before putting this to the public. And they say that no individual has ever died because of snake bite. I was shocked. And they are showing some more clippings, like even the kids, when they are bitten by the snake accidentally, they take the child to a local temple, Devi temple, the snake goddess temple. Some puja is done, some meditation is done. Miraculously those kids recover without any medical attention. I was really shocked. Of course, I know the power of the spiritual healing or the healing through the feeling connection, vidarka, But I was surprised when the small kids who can't understand what is Vidarka, even they getting healed. So consciously I started scanning what is really happening. Especially the documentary they are showing a child, surely less than 10 years, that child being bitten by the cobra, but without any medical attention, just miraculously recovering. So I was scanning his consciousness, that child's consciousness. I just saw the molecules of that body, the organs of that body, have taken the responsibility of falling in tune with the consciousness of the community in which he is living. Please understand. See, if he is a grown-up man, if he has seen some other people being bitten by snake, being taken to the temple, and they are recovering miraculously, then naturally he will have the feeling connection, because he has seen it many times, it happening. So he recovering may not be a big miracle, because the faith, feeling connection, that is the answer. But the surprising thing is a child who may not have seen some other people recovering, or who may not even understand that the possibility exists. But even the child recovering was a real miracle for me. Of course, man to whom thousands and thousands of miracles are attributed, even for me it is a miracle. With these whole scandals, all possible abusals, there is no stone left unturned by the abusal, irresponsible media on me. They discussed whether I am sannyasi or not. They discussed whether I am man or not. They have not left any stone unturned. They abused me so much. But even they were not able to create a controversy around my healing powers. I was surprised. That is the only thing irrefutable stands still now, holding this throne and this Jnana Peetham. Anyhow, the man who knows the science of spiritual healing, to whom millions of healing miracles are attributed, even for me, this was a miracle. It was a surprise. Because I know, if you have seen somebody recovering from the poison, snake bite, then your biomemory will have the strength, vidarka, to stand up during the crisis moment, during the critical moment. You see, when the snake bites, when the poison is trying to spread all over the body, during those moments, if you have a strong biomemory of seeing somebody recovering from the poison bite, seeing somebody getting out of that poison, that biomemory can be the strong protection that can create the medical effect and can get you out of that poison. Even this is a great miracle and not an ordinary happening. So even this I can understand, because I have seen this kind of happenings. But the happening I am describing is something far deeper, far more, far beyond this understanding. You see, what I am talking now, this understanding, you see somebody being bitten by snake and that person has recovered because of faith or spiritual power. Then if you are bitten by snake and if you are recovering, it's called placebo effect. In science, in the medical field, they call it placebo effect. So even placebo effect has some definition. But the scene which I saw, which was presented in the BBC documentary, Ganges, I'll really sincerely recommend all our devotees, all the people who are interested in the Vedic tradition and the spiritual culture of India, to see that documentary Ganges. And I thank BBC for bringing such wonderful truths of the Vedic wisdom to the world through the documentary. It is one of the just I have no other word except my gratitude for BBC doing that job of bringing such wonderful truths, such wonderful secrets of the Indian tradition, lost in villages, never brought to the international community through this documentary. BBC has done a great service of bringing so many other wonderful truths to the international community. Let me analyze this one truth. So the child, there is no possibility for the child to see somebody being bitten and brought to the temple and recovering. So there is no bio-memory of somebody else getting healed already in that same situation, so that that bio-memory can act as a medicine, act as a crisis management intelligence to recover from the snake bite. Then how the child is recovered? Because the truth, BBC says the child is recovered. And I saw the documentary. I was shocked. The child was shown in the documentary. So what is the secret? When I looked into the child's consciousness, what was happening? I just picked up the black box. Just like when a flight gets into accidents, you can retrieve the black box and get the whole detail of what happened. I got into the consciousness of the child and retrieved the black box. Wanted to know really what's the reason for the child's recovery. Please understand, spiritual healing was not the reason. The faith healing was not the reason. The placebo effect was not the reason. The reason behind the child's recovery was the child has already taken the responsibility to be in tune with the consciousness of the community in which he is living. Taking responsibility can even act as a life-saving medicine. Please understand. Taking responsibility, acting as a component of making you mentally mature is understandable. When you take responsibility, you become mentally mature, you start acting, you start becoming honesty, you integrate yourself. These all can be understood. But taking responsibility can shake your bio-memory so deeply, so strongly. A snake bite, a poison can just be nullified. It was real miracle. So, it's a power of taking responsibility in the dimension even which I am not able to conceive, which is beyond even my understanding, but it is truth. I have to present the truth to you, even if I am not able to conceive it, even if I am not able to understand it. One thing I can tell you, when you take the responsibility for your body, suddenly your organs have become alive. Your body is in tune. When you take the responsibility for the happenings of in your breathing space, you become a team leader. Whatever happens in your breathing space means pranamaya kosha, pranic space, you become leader, team leader. If you take the responsibility of whatever is happening in your mental layer, manomaya kosha, you become a social leader. Please understand. If you take the responsibility for your annamaya kosha, physical plane, you become healthy. If you take the responsibility of your pranamaya kosha, the pranic layer, whatever happens, you become team leader, because anything in your team happens in your breathing space, you become team leader. If you take the responsibility of whatever is happening in your manomaya kosha, mental layer, means all the information comes to you and the response you do, and all the happenings around you which directly impacts your mind and mental setup, you become social leader. If you take the responsibility of your vijnanamaya kosha, means all the emotion, mental setup created from the young age in you, you become the leader of country who sets a trend for future mental setups. When you take the responsibility for Anandamaya Kosha, bliss layer, you become the leader of the cosmos. Because now you need to change the whole cosmos. Only then you can be blissful. Only then your bliss can be eternal bliss. So the more and more and more responsibility you take, more and more expansion happens in your consciousness. I know that child which took the responsibility in such an young age to be in tune with the consciousness of the community in which he is growing. When he grows, invariably he will be serving his community. His community will be part of him. He will be part of his community. He can radiate real empathy. The child can radiate real empathy. Now I am trying to trace that child, to bring that child here and show to the world the miraculous bio-memory he is carrying. And if we can do some medical research, scientific research on his bio-memory and prove the power of taking responsibility, if we can study his bio-memory, I know for sure we will have some breakthrough. We will have some new discovery in this science which cuts across the physiology, psychology and consciousness. How? When consciousness takes the responsibility, not only psychology, even physiology responds differently. When you don't take the responsibility, even the simple, pure, fresh oxygen, air goes inside, may stop your organs, it may not come out, you may die. When you take responsibility, even the poison, venom goes inside, cannot stop your life, kill you. You will be alive, radiating, fresh and living. Please understand, take responsibility. It just changes your whole being. I am not telling you should go and catch the snake and make the snake to bite you. No. But taking responsibility helps in many crises, many situations. Not losing the balance, putting the weight on somebody else, taking it on you, standing up with you. It just does miracles. It really does miracles. Understand, through this revelation, I am putting the importance of taking responsibility much more than the power of spiritual healing, faith healing, which is my very brand, for which I am well known. So I am saying very clearly, categorically, taking responsibility leads you to the much more powerful zone, powerful field than what feeling connection, faith or spiritual healing can do to you. I am putting spiritual healing next to the taking responsibility. I am putting taking responsibility ahead of spiritual healing through this revelation. So, let you all live and radiate enlightenment. Let you all achieve and radiate the eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you.